Hi Gemini, welcome to your 7th to the 14th of April 2024. So this is going to be general guidance messages for the week ahead. If you want to book the eclipse reading, it will help you to see what this eclipse means for you, how it's going to affect your life, career, love, things that you can use the energy for to get to better in your love life and your career. Okay, there's also coaching, face-to-face, all this type of stuff. Ignore the hair, it's an absolute... there's all kinds going on. Like the video, comment, and like I said, if you want to book a face-to-face, if you want to book the tarot coaching, which is a good time because it goes deep, it helps you to do a lot of healing, everything is linked below. Okay, so this week I think it's time to move on. Okay, that's the message here. The Three of Wands with this energy, you can either fight this energy. Okay, some years it's time to pack your bags, get rid of certain people out of your life. You know they're not real, you know that they're not true, you know that they're not to be depended on. I think it's time to walk away. Okay, so me is keep recreating patterns. Like, a lot of people have got nothing to offer you. They really don't. They've got nothing to offer you, right? They're not going to offer you loyalty. They're not going to offer you love. They're not going to offer you true friendship. Your true friendships are tested when you go through the worst times of your life. Then you get to see who's real. And a lot of you have been through a very hard time, and when you look around you, it's obvious. Okay, I think you've got bitches out here being like, oh, I support you, oh, I hope you win, and you're like, bitch, please. How stupid. I might be tired because I've been through a hard cycle, but how stupid do I look to you? Okay, one thing I've noticed with Gemini, and I'm noticing this in my own life, is there is dumb little cunts out here who generally think you're fucking like left. Like, they honestly generally think that you are a top dickhead, like at the highest level. But you know what they say, sometimes you gotta fool the fool who thinks you're a fool. So yeah, I think Gemini's like, you can see, your eyes are open. Okay, and as much as you wish you didn't see certain things about certain people, or you didn't see certain things, it's obvious, and you can either pretend you don't see them, or you can say, okay, this is what it is, and you can move on. So some years it's time to move on. It's time to leave something behind, right? Or leave someone behind. And something I'll say, Gemini, and I know this for me, is a lot of people want to see you lose. They really do. They want to see you buried. And Gemini can feel it instinctively on a deeper level, and you feel very, very alone. And you can either focus on the people who really want to see you lose, or you can rise from the core of your being, and that's how to make your haters. That will kill them. Okay, just watching you from all the knives that they threw in your back. Okay, so yeah, some of you have been through a very, very painful time, and I understand there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of emotional reaction. That's what this is. This is someone who's very emotional. There's a lot of anger, but behind anger is pain. It's betrayal. It's feeling really hurt. But you're going to have to toughen up. It really is a do or die now. You're going to have to toughen up, because there's a lot of people who just do not care. The Lord said go to the devil, and these motherfuckers went to the devil. So you know when you look around and you're like, why does everyone else seem okay? Look at them properly. Okay, so not everyone is okay, right? But a lot of them have sold out, they've shut up, they've put up, and they're choosing the devil. Okay, so some years this week, be careful with your emotions. The Queen of Cups, like, this is someone who's really, really, it could be it could be hormonal, it is a Mercury retrograde, it is an eclipse. I think Geminis have got a lot of unconscious, you've got a lot of subconscious. Again, the environment is triggering you, the people are triggering you around you. I think it's about, you've got a lot of ideas that you could capitalise on, but a lot of you are putting your energy into being too passive, being too emotional, focusing on your betrayals, focusing on your losses. You're being told now is the time to think bigger. Okay, what is it they say? When one door closes, another opens. So yes, I mean, there's been a lot of loss, there's been a lot of betrayal, but there's so many doors that you can open now. You can make new friends, you can have a way better partner. Some of you are just fucking at levels, and this is just the truth. You're fucking at levels that just are beneath you. So God's not giving you that. It's like, what? Like, you want him? Why? You want these friends? No. So what feels like a lot of rejection right now And betrayal is actually protection. Like God is like, you deserve much better. And in time you'll see that. Okay? Those people who didn't support you, those people who happily left you, but they speak all the right words, God is showing you. It's like, these aren't your real ones. Don't be ridiculous. Okay? Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. So yes, you feel very, very triggered. You feel very alone. You feel very hurt. It's going to be colossal energy, and you can either be putting it into kickbox and fighting, sex, I heard, lots of good stuff, right, that can get that anger out. Or you can be having, I know I'm having it, you know, because I look at little dickheads and just what they do, and I'm like, oh, you're such a tosser, and I fully just want to rag them down, like I really want to go for the jugular. But then I'm like, Lisa, you've learned this about these type of people, you've met them your whole life, and you'll meet them for the rest of it. There's nothing to say to it. It knows what it's doing. Stop talking to it. Like, it knows what it's doing. It's like these men where you're trying to tell them how to act like a man. Like, you're a grown-ass man. If you don't know how to act like a man at this age, mate, you never will. You've got to learn to stop talking. I think Geminis, we talk, we try to reason. Stop talking, stop reasoning, stop negotiating. It's a Mercury retrograde. And one thing I'm noticing is like all the energy. So a lot of you are fighting your own internal state more than the world. Maybe the world is projecting back the internal state that you're carrying. So if we're carrying a lot of negativity, we can attract a lot of negativity. If we're carrying a lot of anger, we can attract fights and that type of energy back. So some of you this week, it really is about meditating. Okay? Stop staying around environments. Stop asking people. It's obvious that these people, the environment is not for you. The people are not for you. Move on. Keep moving. Okay? So lots of meditation this week is what I'm getting. Spending time in nature will really help you to like not have bad reactions. Because the reactions you're going to have this week are not conscious, they're unconscious. Mercury retrograde means the mind switches off, the unconscious mind comes on, and then with the eclipse and it being in Aries, this is where our body has rage reactions or it has aggressive reactions. Here's another thing I'm going to say for you, the devil is coming for you. Because the kind of power that you've got, and I've said this over and over again, he's going to try to put as many of his army in your way. He's going to try to use you against you. Your emotions, your anger, all of this. He's going to try his best, right? Because that's what the devil does. And like I said, we tend to think of the demonic as like these spirits. The demonic is amongst us. It's people. The demonic, the 7 deadly sins, gluttony, greed, pride, ego. They're amongst us. They only fuck with you when it's relevant. They only fuck with you when they're getting something. The minute they don't, you see where they go. It's everywhere now, right? So what I'm saying is, I feel like this week your power is being tested, and again, it's all about with great power comes great responsibility, and it's learning how to harness the aggression. It's easy to punch a cunt. That's easy. Okay, showing tolerance and discipline and self-restraint. Now again, sometimes a person's going to test you and you're going to have a reaction. But mostly it is petulant children in adult bodies who they're going nowhere. They look successful on the surface and they talk in circles and they act in circles, but they're going nowhere. They haven't got real love. They haven't got real friends. They're not building nothing. Yeah, they're winning now because exploitation means you sign a deal with the devil and you're winning the short term. But winning long term means that you act right, you build a solid community of people, you come from the truth, and you don't sell out. And that means you pay the price in the short term. So for Gemini, some of you right now, you kind of feel like you're paying a high price, but trust me, your good is coming. Because you're acting good and you're not using people and you're not exploiting people and you're not stepping on people. Your good is coming. But you're going to have to stay patient at this time because it's a very intense time. So lots of meditation as well. And again, a lot is being lost. This is a person who built something big, or they built something. They was in a marriage for a long time, they was in a business for a long time, because with the castle in the background, this can be someone who kind of felt like they'd made it, like this was the person for them, this was the career for them, and it all came to shit. Okay, so it can be difficult when we've attached ourselves to some idea of like, this is it for me, and then it's stripped away. And maybe that's the anger and maybe that's the pain. But on the other side is a lot of happiness, a lot of freedom, and a lot of liberation. When it comes to people, polite and goodbye. Unless people make a real motherfucking effort to be in your life, to show you respect, they do not matter to you. I don't need your friendship. I don't need your support. I don't need your love. That's it. If they make a real motherfucking effort on a consistent level, then give them the benefit of the doubt, give them a shot. But if they don't, goodbye. End of story. I think with Geminis, you need to start being loyal to what is loyal to you. You need to start investing in what's investing in you, because a lot of it's come from you've been being used, exploited, and disregarded. You've got a lot of temporary people in your life, and you're not looking for that. These are looking for that, because they just want anything that's going to distract them from being any bigger level than they are. You're looking for real. Okay, and real means that you need to build it in yourself, and that you can only be attached to it on the outside of yourself. Don't grab on to people right now. Okay, be careful who you're venting to. Be careful who you're trusting. Because some of you is in your instinct, you're talking to certain people and you're like, I can't trust this motherfucker. This is just not a time to be going against your instinct. It's not a time to be being vulnerable. Because I think a lot of people are loving the place that you're in, and they're actually just using it against you. They're just hoping you die. They're hoping you drown. Nothing would make them happier while they smile at you to your face and talk shit out the mouth. Okay? So if you can, show tolerance and respect and those type of things, because at the end of the day we do need to keep that, but don't give people any more than that. Don't know you, don't know you. Okay, and try to, like I said, there is a new life that's being built, but it's going to demand accepting what's dead, not trying to rebirth it. Ace of Cups, okay, a lot of cleansing, a lot of showers, a lot of cleansing, a lot of meditation. I feel like some of you is making an effort to go out into nature, going out to waterfalls, going to places where it just puts life into perspective. Because I do think these shitholes, where it's just chaos, it's easy to see the world as this frame. The world is a set of frames based off the reality that you're in. If you're around people who are negative, chaotic, then your life is going to become a product of that. If you're around peaceful places and people, your life is going to become a byproduct. So try to make an effort to put yourself in environments where the frame changes based off the energy, the environment, and the people that you're around. So I do think for a lot of you Geminis, you're just around a lot of ego, a lot of greedy people, a lot of lost people, and you're expecting some kind of peace and chaos. You're not going to get it. You're around a lot of people who they look peaceful on the surface, but they're just hedonistic. They're running. Okay? So try to put yourself, but again, watch your emotions this week, because the Ace of Cups can be an emotional outburst as well. This is where we have an emotional reaction, and there's just a lot of intense emotions. Okay, so we've got some masculine. Some of you might have some masculine who's like trying to control you. You can see the look, a wolf in sheep's clothing. So that's another thing for Gemini women, like be aware, like this is a tyrant, this is a my way or the highway. Gemini's not looking for a partnership like that. You want an equal. You're not interested in some masculine. Most of these men out here think they're a G-mate. You've got a 3-inch dick and you can't fuck for shit, and the last bitch should have told you it as well. Now we know basic bitches are easily satisfied, but we're not basic bitches. So drop down. Okay? So that's it. Like Gemini is out here trying to act like these fucking cheap whores. Like, listen, fix his crown. Knows who the fuck we are. Okay, don't like us, don't worry about it. Drop down. End of story. Right? So I just think the anger you feel, you can either start punching people, it'd be nice, or you can say, you know what, actually, yeah, And I think it's something like this with this masculine, like this is just a tosser. who thinks he's a gangster, thinks he's a G, but really he's a tosser. Okay, and you can decide if you're going to keep investing, or I just think some of you need to close the door. Like, this is, you're never going to win with this individual. It's my way or the highway. It's all his. You're never going to win with them. Some of you could be attracting someone new in as well, though. The Two of Wands is attracting something new, and the Two of Wands is also building a new life. Okay, because the Two of Wands, this person has got a life, she's got a home, she's got a business, but this can be a person who's frustrated and they want more. So this is where you travel, this is where you start a second business, this is where you might want another home in another place. Okay, I know the negative, it's fake, innit? People are fake. But I think it's because they're trapped. And I do think Geminis are living out illusions that these people, it's all a front. And that's why, do you want to live out through a front, or do you want to live out through authenticity? Do you want to pretend that a man's behaviour that's unacceptable is acceptable when it's not? You know, so stop worrying about it. They don't matter. 95% of the people do not matter. I don't know you, don't know who, I don't care. They don't matter. Doesn't mean they don't matter as humans, it just means in your world, in your projects, in what you want, they're not going to bring anything good to your world. So, hi and bye. Don't say hi to me, no worries. Don't care. That's it. Like, stop getting mad, right? Try to pull in and just, what is the world you want to build? Who are the people who fit into that world? What kind of man or woman do you want to be with? Like, that's where your energy needs to go this week. You keep thinking in what you don't want, so you keep creating what you don't want. And again, like I said, you're fucking at levels that just was never meant for you. Use it in an environment, you're around people, it's just not going to work for you. You need to think bigger, and you need to start thinking about what you want. And if that pisses people off, I don't care. I don't care. Okay, if you want to stay trapped and shut your mouth and put up, and that's on you, not me. But what's that got to do with me? So I feel like this week, like, it's really about what matters to you, your standards, where you need to set boundaries, and there's an opportunity here to build a whole new life, okay? To start moving back into realignment, but to move back into realignment, you've got to get rid of a lot of shit. This is also healing. Taking your health and your frequency seriously. Starting to listen to these frequency videos, watching frequency videos, and being aware of who you're around, because that's a projection of frequency. Okay, who are the people that you're around? Because that's your frequency. Is it poor people? Is it greedy people? Is it liars? Okay, so look at the frequency that you're around, and that will tell you a lot about your frequency and how you need to elevate your frequency. Looking at your money this week as well. Okay, so some of you have got debt problems. Stop avoiding. Okay, I think a lot of your frustration is coming from you've been putting it off, you've been distracting yourself with everybody, moaning, complaining. The message this week is just stop putting it off. It's easier to just face it. Whatever it is. Don't negotiate with people. There's a lot of people disrespecting you right now. They're laughing at you, they're mocking you. Don't negotiate. Don't even... Talk is cheap. They know that you know that they know that you know. That's all that matters. Don't negotiate. Don't care. I would stop caring about 95% of the people in the world. I wouldn't care. They don't care about you. Don't give a fuck you breathe. If there's money, if there's something to get from you, they care. But if there's not, they don't care about you. Because people who care about you show up consistently. They're with you through the good and the bad. They're the people who deserve your focus, your time and your energy. That's it. I think a lot of people feel hurt by the world, but the world just is what it is. People are just what they are now. The lowest frequencies generation that ever existed. Cheaper relationships, cheap people, sellouts. It's the facts. And everyone knows it, but obviously some people are willing to accept those facts and they're aware of those facts. A lot of people are just like, don't want to see it. It's too deep, can't. Okay? So Gemini's, we don't get that luxury. We don't get to pretend we don't see it. We can see it. We know what it is. And that's good, because it means you get to live in the truth. And that's it, okay? So this week as well, like getting any bills, getting any kind of contracts, getting any kind of debt, some of you do need to start, like, stop running and start fixing, okay? Because until you wrap up the old, until you start dealing with the real shit, you're just going to keep being frustrated, and you're not going to be able to live and be free and live authentically, because you're constantly, a lot of shit is dragging at your back. Okay, Page of Pentacles would be things like writing things down, getting a plan, getting a focus. Writing things down, getting a plan, getting a focus. I do think it's very, very powerful to write things down as well. Give me one sec. Anyway, but writing things down, getting a focus, okay, because when you write things down, it can be really, really good, because, like, you're getting it out of your head and you're putting it onto paper. And so you're writing down, okay, like, this is the bills, this is my plan for today, this is my plan for this week. Okay, that's something you really need to do. And there will be a lot of dickheads, because this is the theme now. Okay, the devil know exactly what they are. They know the poison, they know the toxic, they know the bothering you, but they came here to work for the devil. And when you work for the devil, you try to cause as many problems and as much, as possible. Stay focused. Okay? Stay focused on what matters. Stay focused on who matters. Fuck the noise. That's the goal this week. Some of your head is battered, and it's battered over money. And that's the thing you need to work on. You might need to get, like, a second income. Okay, you need to start working on your money. You need to put your head down. Keep yourself to yourself. And if a cunt wants to test you, all in. I mean, because I do feel like, and I know this for me, if you keep your head down and you just mind your own business, like, people try to cause you more problems. They start, like, because you're not playing the game right. It's all about the social game. It's all about, you must appease me, you must please me. So keep your head down, do you. But if you have to act, all in. Don't hesitate. Okay? Do you want to start making problems? I'm going to show you what problems look like. Okay? Ain't got no time for games. Okay? Because that's something else I've noticed with me. The more you kind of tend to just put your head down and keep yourself to yourself, the more cunts think they can start moving mad. Move mad. See where it ends up for you. Okay? But in general, I do think it's a good week. Like, there's a lot of energy. And there's a lot of repression and just a ball of energy, but you need to take it and use it constructively. And if you do, the life you want is on the other side. And I would also say, stop trying to fit with things that don't represent you. Stop trying to be around people who are just not your people. Most people make you sick, and they should. Like, truthfully, like what are you and like, they think the G and gangster, that you're a fucking cunt. You look like a cunt, you sound like a cunt, you move like a cunt. Fuck you talking about? Honestly, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's true. Okay? So, I'm just saying, but I do think as well, like, you just keep focusing far too much on things that you don't want, right? And what you're really looking for is a true love, money, freedom, power, boss-ass friends that you can rely on through anything. You can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning having a meltdown and they take the call. Like, you're not looking for part-timers. You're looking for real. And real's rare in this world. And these cunts who you see out here talking shit, they ain't got it. And if their life got shook for a minute, you'd see what they've got. I'm being serious, right? So just, what are you being salty over that for? Right, let's just say it real, right? So, this week, it's all about writing down goals, thinking about a new business you can be. Like, try to take the eclipse energy, try to take that anger. And also be aware of yourself as well. It's not like the whole world, it's also you too. Like, there'll be feelings you're having within you that you're projecting out. Remember what I said, what we're carrying, we tend to bring in. That's why when I'm going through shit, that's where you should be most scared of me. If I'm retreating and I'm not talking, you better be scared. Like, truthfully. Like, if I'm quiet, you better be scared. If you don't see me, you better be scared. Because that is when I'm ready to fully go in. if I'm yapping, then I'm probably just talking shit. But if I'm kind of like, that's when I'm, whether it be in friendships, whether it be in general, like I've noticed that with me. So, but also, I feel like this week it can, you know, but some years are really brooding on your betrayals, your losses. You've put a lot of time into something. It's obviously painful, and it's hard to start again. But you're being told start again because the next relationship, the new people, what you're going to build next it's going to be so far better than anything you'd ever built before. There is no loss here. It's just everyone revealing themselves, and yeah, it's a very painful time to live in. If you're a Matrix cunt, it's easy. It's great. It's full of hedonistic pleasure and lies, and you know people are liars, but you play along anyway. You know, you're never normal. Most of them are never normal. They're taking something all the time. No, they're not normal. You know. So for Matrix, I think there's no problem. But if you're a real person, it's quite a disgusting time to live, to be honest. It's quite vulgar. You know? So again, you've got to decide which game you want to play in. You've got to decide who you are. You've got to know there's going to be consequences for being that person, and you've got to be okay with it. You know. But I think for you this week, if you're going to have to basically, before the new life can be born, you've got to wrap up the old. You've got to get real. Because a lot of what's pulling you back is old energy, old pain, old betrayal, old debts, old dickheads who should have went a long time ago. So masculine, whoever this emperor is, like he's revealed himself, you know who the fuck he is. You know, a lot of men want to be with you in your win, they don't want to be with you in your build. Get the fuck out of here. If you're not going to be with me in me down, why do we need a man? What are you talking about? If that's what you call yourself. Some of them. Right, if you want the coaching, it's below. If you want to book a face-to-face, if you want the eclipse sale reading, it's below. Have a great week, and I'll speak